At certain times, it may appear that your rat is sick or not feeling well, and some of the more common clinical signs you may notice may be vague, such as loss of appetite, changes in normal routine and normal behavior. You may notice that they're spending more time sleeping, that they don't want to be disturbed, they don't wake up or come to you for certain treats, or there's just some obvious change in how they look and how they feel. And these are certainly different than other more specific symptoms. In those cases, you're dealing with your rat just not feeling right, just not being themselves, just telling you that something is wrong, but they're not showing you something obvious. And this, unfortunately, is a common scenario with some rats. The flip side of that may be that your rat shows obvious signs of an illness. One of the most common problems that affect pet rats are respiratory diseases and forms of pneumonia, bronchopneumonias, that are caused by different bacteria, different viruses, and other groups of infectious agents. And in these cases, your rat is going to show symptoms of sneezing, difficulty breathing. You may notice that they actually open their mouth to breathe, which indicates that there is a problem. Also, rats often produce a red color pigment from their eyes and their nose. This is something that should not be confused with blood. It's actually a glandular secretion that's normal in rats, that's normal for them to produce at times where they're sick, at times where their body is under stress. It is generally not something that they would normally produce. So when people notice the red secretions from the eyes or the nose, or they notice their rat is wiping the secretions and it's on their forelimbs, it's often an indication that the rat's body is under stress from some type of illness. Another large category of illnesses that rats will sometimes show symptoms for are growths or tumors or masses. In this case, you're going to be looking for lumps or bumps or swellings or any type of obvious mass anywhere over your rat's body. And this is an important thing to notice because some of these may require surgery. So there are basically two categories. There are non-specific symptoms, like the rat just not looking well and feeling well and maybe losing their appetite. And then there are specific symptoms. It's important to remember that rats cannot vomit. They are not physically able to vomit. They can passively spit up food, but vomiting is not a common problem. But if you notice that your rat has lost their appetite, they're sleeping too much, they're showing symptoms of having diarrhea, or they're exhibiting this red color pigment produced from their eyes or their nose, or having trouble breathing, it's important that you take them to a veterinarian.